kind of worked around or kind of created the bond when we became successful as each other. And, certain times I think it was looked upon where niggas was getting uneasy about how 50 would treat everybody individually.
Mm. So
A
so
lot,
then so then go ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
a lot of niggas wouldn't say shit. And I ain't trying to cut you off, but I think overall
So
what
now it's a point in time where you leave again. Everything is just not on the up and up. What was the last final straw of you and 50 not being cool again?
well, after I had been back with 50 and shit like that and pushing the line, he started to encourage me and the other guys to, you know, of course, make sure we got our own managers and basically create our own independence as artists because I think he was more focused on doing what the nigga doing now, and that's TV and shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
So, uh, you know, I started to do that. Well, I had already done that because coming back, I was like, nigga, I done learned a little bit more than I did in the beginning.
You
So
know
I'm
the
coming.
business now. Yeah, you know the business.
So I already had a lot of that in place, but I ended up hiring a guy. Uh, Shout out to David Salas. But I ended up hiring a guy to fix my publishing and find whatever publishing money that I had out there and things like that. And in the midst of him getting my publishing and shit all in place, that's when he basically came across something as simple as a sound exchange at that time, uh, where I had 3 years of fucking checks, 6 figures worth of fucking money that had just been sitting since 2015.
Mm.
Sound exchange was more or less concerned with why I haven't cashed these checks when I've been cashing these checks since they existed. And I'm like, hold the fuck up. I ain't never even fucking ever kind of cast a fucking check from no sound exchange. I didn't even know who fucking sound exchange was at the time.
Mm.
And I think it was around 2015, 2016 type of situation. I ended up getting the checks. It was 6 figures worth of money. And they said with his within his research of just getting things together, that's when Sound Exchange basically said they had been mailing my checks to G Unit Incorporated.
Whoa.
And you know, from there he started to put my publishing in my own hands. So I would see these things come into my account. And I'm just speaking on them because that's only just one of the situations in regards to the business side of things. And he lined it up where I would see my own 33 and the third percent. Cause
Mm.
that's what niggas was seeing, you know what I'm saying? And in the midst of doing that, Sound Exchange had to stretch out to G Unit and notify them that I would be receiving my own 33 and the third percent.
Mm.
From there, bro, once they reached out to 50, bro, and alerted him basically on that, I went to calling the nigga one day, and man, my number was blocked. I went to the Instagram and shit. I was blocked on the Instagram, and the nigga started ranting ever since then. And
So
that's right. Yeah, yeah. At that time, he started basically uh, blocking me and shit from all of the formats. And I guess it was because the only thing I can think of is he knew that I was gonna become aware, or I was becoming aware of some of the things that had been played out in regards to finances and shit like that in my career,
so the
bro.
previous money went to them and you never got the money.
Nah, I never got the money.
So at 2015, this is when you realize, hold on. Well, your publisher, the guy who looked at your publishing realizes, hold on. You have this money sitting here, so now we're gonna redirect the monies from G Unit Incorporated directly to you, and that's when it was like, hold
Fact.
on, that's when it happened,
That
when the separation happened.
that's when our separation happened. And it's nothing based on none of the funny shit that you see. Those smoking mirrors, that's what he try to blind the people's minds with. It's the funny shit that end up playing out throughout my career and shit. He'll put it off on shit like that and kind of manipulate the mind of the fans or try to manipulate the mind of the fans at that time. But our situation could have been handled by simply him. It wasn't even like I was just looking to trip over the shit like that because nigga, you got whatever it is that I'm owed. So if it's something that I can bring to you flat foot in regards to me being owed something, and if I'm not, then show me where I'm wrong at. You understand what I'm saying? It's no different than the claims that he making now. You claim that you gave me $250,000, nigga. It's got to be a bank goddamn trail from this shit. Money leaves trails. That type of money, dude. So where's that shit at? Show me a receipt for this shit.
So he never gave you the money for your taxes?
Nah, man. At the time, he gave me 80,000 way back when my tax situation before I actually had a tax situation. And he was paid back that 80,000. The first time I end up, making my first fucking million fucking dollars, these people had came around out of nowhere saying I owed, I think it was like 300 some thousand in regards to taxes at that time or something around that note. But I was 80,000 show type of shit. He loaned it to me and he was paid back.
Mm.
And even everything since I came back the last time, uh, basically I signed for a full G Unit album, but for some reason within my contract he asked for one album.
Mm.
Before things could even get to where they at now, bro, I tried to do everything in regards of fulfilling that agreement. I offered to turn in another album. Even at one point in time, I know I don't owe him and didn't owe him a dollar, but I still offered to try to pay the nigga because he started ceasing and desisting my music everywhere and pulling all of my catalog that I created down, basing off the claims of I recorded this music maliciously being under contract with him when he knows for a fact those are all lies. Like every project I created and put out, I was given a green light from him on doing it. You dig what I'm
Yeah, because
saying?
wasn't you doing some shit called 10 something where you was gonna drop like 10 projects, right? It was
10 projects in 10 months with 10 songs. And I did that. You dig what I'm saying? And he ceased and desist that which was my catalog. 50 paid for not $1 of that shit. 50 ain't paid for a studio time nor beat nor none of that shit. All of that shit was my shit.
so if we go to a streaming platform right now and look you up, what's on there right now? What's under
None,
Young Buck's catalog?
none of those tens is gonna be up. You're gonna see Outbreak. Outbreak is a project that was released soon as he basically when I put myself in a position of filing bankruptcy again to basically because a motherfucker couldn't work and make no fucking money in a sense. So at least that allowed me to get back to work. Dropped Outbreak. I gotta take the drop in 2 days. It's the hardest shit in the rap shit. I'm one of them, man. I'm a GOAT, bro. And they don't give me the respect that I truly feel like I deserve. But I don't give a fuck because can't none of these niggas fuck with me with this rap shit. I don't give a fuck. I can stand with the best of them, homie.
Nah,
I gotta.
I mean, the fans. I think the fans musically love you. I just think what happened was we seen you with G Unit. Then it's like every aspect of your life outside of music played in front of the world. How much responsibility do you take for some of the shit that we seen that we probably shouldn't have seen?
I mean, a lot of it I take responsibility for because I look. I put myself in these positions for the bullshit to happen.
Okay.
A lot. Some of this shit and most of this shit is not what the fuck it played out to look like or even fucking sound like. You get what I'm saying? But I put myself in those positions, so I got to deal with the repercussions from it. From a motherfucker feeling, oh, this nigga's this or this nigga's that. I can't get mad at some of these people's feelings and some of the shit and jokes that they say because look, I put myself in that position. It's up to me to make sure they understand the real, like right now. Because one thing about real is recognizing. So I don't gotta get on no platform and lie on no nigga. You dig? And I came in the game with nothing. And that's the thing about it. Even with me being as successful as I became, I've always kept one foot in these streets and one foot over here in the industry. So when I put in a position where I was pushed and had to put both feet back in the streets, nigga, the streets been waiting on me with open arms. You dig what I'm saying? Because I never left them, thug. I always kept one right there. Not to say it was right, but that's what God laid me to do it. I'm making the decision now in my career to put 2 feet into this rap shit. So you get what you get. That's why you about to get a tape in 2 days. The vaccine. You understand? That's the name of this project, 10-song project. Dropping two nights.
Can you drop it without getting cease and desist? How does that work? Do you still owe him a project?
Nah, man, I never owed that nigga shit in the
But
beginning.
I mean, he was able to cease and desist you. Can he do that again?
He can't at this point.
Why can't he do it again?
Because I filed bankruptcy. You cannot stop me from working, nigga. You dig what I'm saying? If that's the case, you dig what I'm saying? And the contract's been breached.
Okay.
On his side, you understand? And I can't say it's ever been breached on my side.
Because you always had the music. You always had the music.
There you go.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying? But the contract has been breached. I'm still actually in dealings with that side of things in regards to bankruptcy. You know, he's of course still trying to, you know, send his little lawyer teams to fight against all of the bullshit that he's created and, you know, still try to be the 50 that y'all guys get a chance to see and promote these different projects that he have coming out. And look, I'm not here to hate even on that nigga at this point in my career. I'm saying get your money, do you. But leave me the fuck alone, because I'm going to do me regardless. It doesn't matter how long you or how much you try to hide me. Nigga, I'm God's best friend. You can't tell?
So to this day, y'all still locked in a legal battle? Y'all still in the courts?
Of course.
Wow.
You dig? We dig it. We're dealing with it from a bank. I'm dealing with it from a bankruptcy. It's not like I'm going through bankruptcy and this nigga's not trying to stop it. No, he's got a lawyer team over here that's, you know, trying to say that no, you know, I did this or I did that or I did this, and he's where he's at. You know what I'm saying? But I had to do nothing no different than what he did. You dig what I'm saying? He had to file bankruptcy in regards in a point of time in his career, in regards of I don't think in regards of a motherfucker trying to stop him from working, to be able to pay whatever debt that he had. You understand? He had to file bankruptcy to be able to get a clean slate. You dig what I'm saying? And start all over. Well, shit, nigga, I'm doing the same goddamn thing you did. You feel me? Like father, and I'm not your son.